Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, and it looks like we have another potential leak for The Sims 4. It could be an intentional leak, it may be even some complete accident that turns into nothing at all, but nonetheless, it is interesting how this one unfolded. So, Sematically posted this tweet saying, I'm checking my mail, and there was a newsletter from EA about raising kids, and is this a visual glitch, or does the baby have a pacifier in their mouth? And sure enough, yeah, even though it's not the best quality because the original image is pretty small, that definitely looks like a pacifier to me. And he also noted that the tablet that this infant is using, that green color is not one that's available in the game right now. Here are all the colors we have for that Freezer Bunny tablet at the moment, so interesting that these two things snuck their way into this newsletter. And I asked if anyone else had got it because I thought I signed up for these things a long time ago, but apparently not. So Evan was kind enough to tweet me a screenshot of the full thing. And yeah, there is that render again. I've seen a few other people showing screenshots of it as well, so this is really strange. I think because we have a new recolor of a base game item, this may end up being either a Sims Delivery Express drop or an update. Either way, free content, because they're not going to put a recolor of the exact same item behind a paywall, even though they've locked similar looking items behind paywalls before. But that's assuming that this is truly stuff that is coming to the game, because while I would not put it past EA to have this as just a little sneak peek, they didn't draw any attention to it, and I think there's also a possibility that this was a complete accident, that this is just custom content that just made it into this newsletter by accident. I just find it weird that after all this time, now they would give us pacifiers, because I'm not just considering the lifespan of The Sims 4 here, but also The Sims 2 and The Sims 3, because even though we didn't have an infant life stage like we have in The Sims 4, we did have toddlers in those games, and I still think they could have given us pacifiers for them if they really wanted to. But yeah, just the fact that we've gone so long, it just seems like one of those things to me where there's something holding them back, and not just a simple, oh, we don't feel like doing it, or no, we don't have the budget to do something like that. Like, for example, with couches, we don't have separate cushions that we can place on them, and I think that's just because they don't want to have to deal with Sims clipping through the couches when they're just sitting on them. But then eventually with that modern Luxe kit last year, we did get a decorative cushion, but it's something that just goes on the floor by default. It's not something that we can actually put on couches or beds without using cheats or mods. Maybe with Project Renee, they could actually figure that out, but for now, this is what it is. So I can't help but wonder if pacifiers face some sort of similar limitations, like considering pacifiers while Sims are talking or eating. Could be other things that I haven't even thought of. But of course, that hasn't stopped custom content creators from releasing their own pacifiers, because they're not bound to the same kind of rules that EA's employees are. So that's why I'm having some reservations about this, even though this is all coming from an official source. I just can't completely eliminate the possibility that they accidentally took those photos on a computer with custom content installed and then that just slipped right by them. It's not that I don't want pacifiers and at least one new recolor of the Freezer Bunny tablet, but I don't want to get up my hopes for something that isn't happening in the first place. it actually would be nice to have pacifiers as an official option in the game without needing custom content in the first place. And one of my longtime followers, blewis823, suggested maybe pacifiers could have their own category so that they're not lumped in with accessories. So that could be a really nice advantage. Like, think back to when we got body hair just before high school years, so that body hair had its own categories, and then they wouldn't have to be lumped in with something like tattoos, which is what CC body hair is used, though I actually still have the CC body hair from Lumia in my game because I think their body hair looks better than what we got officially. But it is still nice that we have body hair as a category instead of having to take a slot away from something else. So there you have it. There is a possibility that in the near future we could be receiving an infant and or toddler themed update. And that would be great. I mean, I'm always up to have some more content for the younger age groups because they don't get nearly as much as the adults do, so that would be most welcome, I think. And that wraps up another Sims Info and Thoughts video, so feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think we're getting pacifiers and more recolors of that Wabbit tablet? Or do you think this could end up just not being a thing and a complete accident? And be sure to subscribe if you'd like to keep up with my latest gaming content. I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching.